Hey everyone, this is Hannah at Speech Language Planner, and this channel is all about celebrating the beauty of communication. So today I wanted to talk to you about what it's like to go into a home health visit, some of the supplies I bring, and a freebie that you can access so that you can be well on your way to successfully having your first home health visit as a speech language pathologist. Before I go into a patient's home, I verify their address, call them up to see what time works best for them. I give them some options so they pick a preferred time. And I always review their history and physical. The reason it's a good idea to review the history and physical is because it will give you a heads up on the patient's case. What are their medical complexities, if any? What's the reason for the referral? Is it for a recent stroke? Is it dysphagia, swallowing disorder? Is it problem solving, a cognitive impairment? It also helps you figure out, are there any issues as far as being addicted to drugs, because that is a safety concern when you're going into a home. You want to have a heads up if the patient is a current drug addict or not, and then you can make your decision if you want to work with that specific population or if you're uncomfortable with that. I have a guide with all of the things that I like to bring to a home health visit, and here are a few of the things that I bring. I always bring foot booties to wear over my tennis shoes so that the patients feel comfortable with me wearing shoes in their home, and so that my shoes are protected, because there have been instances where there's fleas in the house or a lot of unknown stains. You wonder what they are, and it's just a good protective barrier. Another favorite are my tongue depressors, and I like them individually wrapped because you can open it in front of the patient and they know, okay, this hasn't been used with anyone before, and then you can put it right back inside and throw it out when you're done with it. If you want me to do a video on how I do oral mechanism examinations, let me know. Another thing I love to bring are lemon glycerin swabs. I usually have the patient put one of these in their freezer so that the next time we can do thermal tactile stimulation. Let me know if you want me to make a video on what it's like to do thermal tactile stimulation on the palatal and lingual structures, what it benefits. I have a lot more things in my home health bag to take vitals on patients, get their blood pressure, temperature, monitor their oxygen. I also have a lot of other things that are going to be listed in my free guide. I will drop a link in the description to my freebie that just launched, and this is going to help any speech language pathologist, SLP, speech therapist prepare for your first home health visit. I think it's also helpful for any occupational therapists, physical therapists, or nurses that want to have a general list of PPE to bring. It's more comprehensive for an SLP though. I also make sure that I have a business card ready to give to the patient, and I either write their next appointment on the business card or write on their calendar. Let me know if you'd like me to make any videos on how to do a bedside swallow examination or a cognitive screener, as those are two things that I do in every single home health speech therapy initial evaluation. I absolutely love being a speech therapist. Right now, I am seeing a variety of adults in their home health setting, and I love working with them. There's never a dull moment, and it is just so much fun. The home health agency that you are getting referrals from or seeing patients for is most likely going to ask you to get a patient's signature after every single visit. And I often do that electronically if I get a signal. Otherwise, I have a hard copy, and I use that the first time I meet a patient so that I have a backup copy to send to the agency in case the electronic signature deletes when I write my report. Let me know if you want a video on how I make different goals for patients with dysphagia, cognitive impairments, voice impairments. Before I take another home health patient on my caseload, I look up how far away they are from my place of residence, and if they're in my current radius, then I can do the math on, is it really worth it for me to add this patient to my caseload, or would it be better financially for me to wait for more patients in my current radius? Because it is still the pandemic, I personally decide to wear a KN95 mask when I see my patients. I'm with them for 45 minutes to an hour typically, and I'm in a very close radius to them. We're sitting right by each other. I do this to keep my patients safe because I might be an asymptomatic carrier of COVID-19 and they might be. I've actually had patients test positive for COVID right after a visit that I made with them while I was completely masked up and they weren't, and I was so glad that I wore my mask and I stuck to my good hand hygiene because I was able to not get sick from COVID-19. I was able to keep seeing other patients because I did not catch the virus. If I hadn't worn my mask, then I might have gotten COVID myself. So it's always a good idea to mask up for safety purposes. I am cheering you on for anyone who's looking into doing a home health visit as an SLP. I wish you the very best. If you're watching this and you're another SLP or future SLP or anyone that's wanting to learn more about our field, go ahead, drop a comment below and I would love to answer your question in another upcoming video. Remember to like and subscribe, turn on that notification bell so that you can see all of the different topics that I'm going to be launching. My goal here at Speech Language Planner is to celebrate the beauty of communication, and I'm so glad that you joined today. Have an awesome weekend.